Hey, so this is Shiipty, and welcome back to the channel for a new current household. So before we get started with today's current household, I just wanted to do a quick introduction for those of you who are new. My name is Alyssa, also known as Shiipty. I create Sims 4 content, and today I'm going to be showing off a new current household. Have you guys ever had an idea and you're just thinking to yourself, you're so excited to play with this sim concept, you just can't wait, everything else that you're working on has to go on the back burner, like let's just focus on this storyline. So that's kind of what happened to me. I got this idea in my head for a storyline and I was like, you know what? I want to play with this. And especially given the fact that for any of you who are new, I'm currently pregnant. Well, at the time of this recording, I will have had my child by the time you guys see this, and these are all of my maternity leave videos. So I did some pre-recording because I didn't want to leave you guys hanging while I was gone. I was set up to have a C-section, so recovery for that is pretty lengthy, but at this point I'm already not pregnant. I'm holding my baby boy, I'm bonding with him and allowing my other son to bond with him, and so I'm just taking some time off. But I figured that this would be a perfect storyline for us to follow, especially while I was away. It was something that you guys could just get cozy and watch, and it would be something new and fresh for eyes for those of you who have been following me. But this is the story of my sim Maria S. Camilla. So I realized I was chatting that up as if we were starting like a whole new Let's Play, and that was not my intention. I'm so sorry. This is like a current household at this point. Will she become a Let's Play? I don't know. We'll have to see how you guys are feeling about her after I come back from maternity and everything, because I'm probably not going to be on my phone much, but if I do happen to see your comments, I will be chatting with you all in the comments section. But yeah, I am here with my sim Maria. You might hear her cat going off in the background. She has two of them, but it is 7:57 in my game, aka almost 8 o'clock in the morning, and her mother her wonderful mother has come over here to give her a little bit of an earful. So this is Maria's mother. This is Miss Sophia S. Camilla, and Sophia is dolled up to the nines for it to be 8 o'clock in the morning, and she came over to have a very serious conversation, or rather a serious conversation in her mind with her daughter. Maria is the middle child out of 3 children, and she is pretty upset with her daughter at this point. And that is because Maria made the biggest decision to walk away from her wedding. So let's go ahead and get into some of that tea. So Maria was engaged to be married to her college fiance, someone who she really did love in the beginning, and she thought that he was just as in love with her. But ultimately, what ended up happening between the two of them is that Maria started to realize that he wasn't really there for her in the relationship. He wasn't cheating or anything, but it was more so on the lines of him just really just being in love with the idea of Maria, and also how he would look alongside her and how they would look together. And so it was very clear to Maria that, you know, this isn't a relationship or a marriage that is going to be based on love. It's going to be solely based on image, which is kind of what Sophia did with Maria's father. And Sophia, I kind of think, has become blinded over the years. I do feel like she loves her husband, but she's kind of started to focus on the wrong things. And so she's instilled that into her children. And she really wants them to also hone in on the fact of, you need someone who's going to provide stability. You need to look the part. You guys need to look good together. You need to both be from prestigious schools. And so in my mind, I can tell that you guys are reading her shirt and it probably says this is Harvard, but just imagine like the Sims equivalent to like just a prestigious school or something like that. And all of Maria and her siblings went to that college. And again, so did her fiance, or soon to be husband, he would have been. So her mom is really over here laying into her. She's like, I cannot believe you walked away from him. Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to go back on your word and marry him? No, Mom, I don't want to go back on my word and marry him. And you think that you being my mother, you would want me to be happy and to be in love too. And I feel like most parents would, you know, be understanding of this, but not in Sophia's case. Sophia's like, well, honey, you need to have a backup plan. And he was your backup plan. He wasn't mean to you. He never cheated on you. You guys could have faked it until you made it. I mean, it would be fine. Things would work out eventually. And she's like, now you're in this crummy city apartment. You were living in a high-rise studio apartment. She's like, what are you gonna do? And honestly, Maria's like, well, first off, Mom, I love this apartment. This apartment is great. And I can't wait to get to know the people in the city. And I can work remotely from here. I'm a successful woman on my own without him. And I don't need to be in a relationship with him to take care of myself. And you'll see that. And the crazy thing is, guys, is that, oh my gosh, our bestie is calling us Jazz. Jazz supports Maria 100%. And I think that is why Sophia is not too fond of her daughter's best friend. But, you know, we're hungry. We've been talking to Mom in this kitchen for like 45 minutes, and clearly we are not getting through to her. Oh my gosh, our dad's calling us too. He's probably like, honey, I came to pick up your mom. It says, hey, Maria, I'm in town for a while, and I was wondering if I could stay at your place for a few days. No, this is not what he said. We're going to chop it up as the fact that he's like, I came to get your mother. Is she with you? Like, is she bothering you, honey? Let me help you out. Maria's father, Roman, he is an angel, the sweetest man you could probably run into. He absolutely loves his daughter. And he's like, honey, if you're not happy, you're not happy. Don't marry this man. It'll be okay. You know, us as Camillas, we are strong and we can make things on our own. You do not have to be with him. And oh my gosh, no, she's not. Is she? Oh no. So she's just getting a little scared because she's recalling her first fire when she was younger and in college. So she's a little stressed right now. But yeah, as I was saying, Maria's father is 100% on her side, and as her best friend Jazz is also. And her mom is so upset with her husband. She's like, I cannot believe that you would support our daughter in such a reckless decision. He's like, reckless, honey? What do you mean? She's capable of taking care of herself. She's successful. You see how good her job pays her and how well she is. We made a lot of French toast. Oh my gosh. But, you know, she's doing well for herself. And I don't think that her apartment is crummy by any means, but, you know, it definitely isn't up to her mother's standards. Like, she doesn't like the brick. She doesn't like the cold feeling in here. She just wants everything to be modern. And she's like, I can't believe my daughter's living here. She kind of walked in when she first got here and shook her head, and Maria cannot understand it. But just to give you guys a little bit of background on Maria and her family, I'm still working on creating her siblings, and I also have to create her ex-fiance. But Maria is, I think I mentioned it, but the middle child out of 3. And her oldest brother, Miguel, he is actually a surgeon, and her youngest sister, Rosa, actually graduated early, and she's a successful lawyer. I can't talk. A successful lawyer. So Maria's mom is quite hard on her. You know, Maria actually decided to choose a job that was going to put her in as a position of director of communications, and her mom is like, what is that? Like, it doesn't sound great at all. Oh my gosh, not our cat eating our French toast. Oh, we have to go in there and fix that. But I really need to get her into the bathroom because she has to pee so bad. But yeah, her mom was not sold on her having that career choice. She wanted her to be in the medical field as well, or either in the law field. And she's just so pressed. Like, she feels like Maria is probably not the worst, but she's struggling the most out of her 3 children. Whereas Maria's like, I'm doing great. And her brother and sister are like, you're doing fine. Don't let mom get to you. Even her father's like, it's going to be okay, sweetie. But we do have some plans. We're going to head out the door here in a little bit. I want to get Maria to the gym, and then later we're going to be checking in with our bestie Jazz. But Maria, she's like, you know what? That kind of upset me, the conversation with mom, but I'm not going to let it bother my day. We are going to be super positive just about how things are going to go. And I'm going to keep my head up. You know, maybe one day she'll be the mom that I need her to be. But until then, we're just going to keep vibing. So let's go ahead and get her dressed for the gym. I'm thinking, since we're going to be doing some cardio, I'm going to wear her blue set. It is a little chilly outside though. So instead of walking to the gym, I think we're definitely going to have to call an Uber. Before we head out the door, I figured I would go ahead and kind of introduce you guys to Maria herself. We talked about her career and her family, but we haven't really explored her traits. So Maria is self-assured. She's an art lover and she is adventurous. And so through this current household, I really want to get her to travel and explore and, you know, just be a free young adult. She's nearing her 30s and she truly feels as though she hasn't lived for herself in quite some time. And so she really wants to rediscover that. At the end of the year, she's going to be turning 30, as am I. But, you know, she just wants to accomplish so much more than what she's already done. And so we're going to be doing some traveling, hopefully, with her and everything. But I absolutely love Maria. I feel like she's a different look from like what I usually go for. And yes, she does have alpha hair, but that doesn't bother me. I can go back and forth between alpha and maxis, and I'm totally fine. For her aspiration, she has city native, and I thought this would be fitting considering, you know, she just moved to the city on her own, San Myshuno specifically, whereas where she was living with her husband before was more like, I'd say like more California based apartments. So this is more of like a kind of tight knit grunge, very much just a bunch of different culture and everything here. So she's super excited to explore the East Coast side of things. And in our household, we do have our kitties. Dia is actually our youngest cat. Dia is the sweetheart. When you go over to her house, Dia is going to love on you. She's going to kiss your face and be all up on you. Dia is affectionate. She is friendly and she is playful. Unlike Dia, big sister Lulu is kind of a problem child. She doesn't mean to be. It's just kind of how she is. Lulu has been with Maria for about 5 to 6 years now, so she's gotten accustomed to things. She's been with her for a minute, whereas Dia has recently joined the family. She's probably like a year old or so. But yeah, Lulu is aloof. She's lazy and she's spoiled. So the minute company comes over, whereas Dia is rubbing up on everybody and giving kisses, Lulu's like, you better not come near me. Don't touch me. She hisses. She's just not the friendliest, but she knows that she can literally survive on her own for the most part. But she comes back. She comes back when she knows she needs food. But yeah, these are our 2 babies. And I feel like Maria is like content with being she's like, call me the crazy cat lady if you want to right now. I would have more cats if I could. But she's like, these are my babies. She's not really wanting to have children at this point in time. She eventually sees herself having children, but at this point, she's completely okay with just her cats being her babies. And that was something that her ex-husband was not on par for. He was ready to have the children, ready to have her, you know, working, but also primarily taking care of them and then hiring a nanny. And that's just not the life that Maria sees for herself. If she has children, she wants to not hire a nanny to be there full time, but she also wants to still continue her career and, you know, be able to be in her children's lives a little bit more actively. And with her career, she eventually will be able to primarily be at home. So I think that's what she's waiting on. You know, once she can be at home for the most part, then, and if she's in a happy relationship, of course, then I think that she will be ready for a child. And that's just how I feel like she sees her life being when she has children. Okay guys, so believe it or not, our bestie actually wanted to join us at the gym today. Actually, it's not shocking considering that Jazz really loves fitness and she's super passionate about working out. As you guys can tell based on her abs, she looks amazing. But she wanted to join us. She's like, hey, can I actually just go to the gym with you? I can't be bothered to go to the club tonight. I am still hungover from last night. And so she's here with us and that's cool. That's okay. I'm totally fine with hanging out here and skipping the club for the night. But I am gonna get, oh my gosh, Maria does not really work out that much, but she's trying to get better at it. I'm gonna get her to come over here and start lifting some weights and hopefully get some muscle gain in. That's what she's hoping for at least. But doesn't she look so cute in her workout gear? She's so precious. But let's go ahead and see. Let me actually, what is her skill? I can't remember. I think it's pretty good because she works out at home on the home videos. Oh, it's level 3. So it's not bad. You know, like, she's definitely no Marcus Flex, but she's doing what she can and I'm proud of her. Look at her. She's like, oh my gosh, I just got to keep working. If I work hard, I can earn that boba after this. And that's exactly what she has her goals set out to. She's not trying to like gain or lose anything. She just wants to have a healthy lifestyle. But usually Boba follows after the workouts. So we're trying to stay focused here, trying to stay focused. But coming out here to the gym really does help her clear her head, especially after she gets into, you know, arguments with her mom and things like that. And her past gets brought up and everything. And I don't think that, you know, Maria is looking for love right now. But if something interesting does come her way, I'm sure she'll, you know, try it out, but I don't think that she's really trying to get into anything serious at this moment. Oh my gosh, I say that, and then Fine Knox literally walks by with just all his temptations. Like, Knox is so attractive, but it's okay. Oh, is she feeling sad? Oh, oversensitive because she's, oh girl, it's okay. She's like, oh my gosh, and I can feel my period starting. She's like, I can't do this. And it looks like Jazz is just really making herself at home here. She loves this gym, so she knows where everything is, whereas we're still getting accustomed to this. But upstairs, it looks as though they have some boxing. There's even like a boxing ring, which is super cool. I was hoping there would be some yoga mats here, but I don't think this is that kind of gym. So it looks like they really only have like weightlifting equipment. There's three treadmills. Let's go ahead and see if we can grab a hold of one of these. Let's do an endurance run. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I'm gonna hop on here and try to get me a quick little sprint in. But has her ex been reaching out to her? A little bit, but for the most part, you know, they ended things on not bad terms, but I wouldn't say they were good terms either. And where, you know, I had mentioned earlier, he was really into her image. He knows that he can find another girl who is just as successful, just as beautiful, and has all of her things, you know, crossed off and all of that. But I think that given that he and Maria were together and, you know, they had already had this relationship, that she was just easier to settle with. But oh my gosh, our dad is constantly checking on us. He's like, I texted you, did you see my text? Actually, let me just call you instead. So Maria just finished her run and she decided to call her dad back really quickly, and he is just checking on her. He was told after Sophia got home how the conversation went, and he's like, are you okay, sweetie? She's like, yeah, dad, I'm totally fine. You know, I know mom, she just wants us all to be taken care of in life. I know that's why she does it, but it just sucks that she feels like she has to go about it this way. And he's like, I know, sweetie, I'm so sorry. You know, maybe one day she'll see it the way that we all see it. And he's like, I'm so proud of you. Just know that. And she is so happy to hear that from her father. I think that we're also going to come over here and check in on Jazz. I'm going to show off my fitness, I guess is what that is. She's like, yeah, girl, I saw you over there lifting. She's like, now you need to grab yourself a shower so we can go grab this boba. She's like, because if not, I'm going to pick on you the whole time. Not her mom popping up. Oh my gosh, go away. Go away. She's like, bye. She left. Y'all, I'm trying to tell you, she has a bad relationship with Jazz. And so I guess she might have seen her and she's like, you know, nah. But I'm just going to pretend that she actually wasn't here because for the plot. But let's go ahead and head back downstairs, get ourselves a quick shower, and then hopefully we can run over and grab some boba with our girl. So we just arrived here at the boba place across the street and the sun is setting, and guys, it is stunning over here. And there's just something about life near the city and at the city, because with Newcrest, you can kind of see the city in the background. So I feel like this is just like the cozy neighborhood like town over when you come to Newcrest. But we're going to come in here and we are going to grab our boba and we're just going to sit down and have some girl talk, because I think that her bestie just wants to check in on her, make sure she's okay, make sure mom hasn't been stressing her out too much or anything like that. And so she just really wants to see where she's at. But we're gonna come in here and we are gonna grab our favorite, I guess. I just kind of selected one and I think it was the taro milk tea option. Whenever I go get boba, I strictly only ever get green tea boba. I've never tried any other flavors, but if you guys have any recommendations for me, please comment that down below, because I'm always so scared to try anything new. But yeah, I hope that we actually receive our boba. And you know what? She's bored. Let's scroll on our phone. I feel like everybody does that when they're bored, right? So again, not looking for love, but she's just bored sitting here. So let's check out and see what our matches look like. Guys, I have to say the feed is looking really dry today. I mean, we have Elliot with the pink teeth. We have, I think, a vampire here. He's fine, but I'm not trying to get with the occults. There's also Simeon, another occult. We have a wrestler here, Lagoon, Clement, and Ronnie. Ronnie is precious, but a little too old for Maria. And then, of course, we have Colt, who is, I think this might be a catfish situation. Colt is claiming to be a young adult, but based on the way the image is looking, it's giving much so elder. And I can't tell if that's a mustache, wrinkles, or teeth. Oh yeah, guys, I think that the water's just a little murky. We're gonna take a break from dating for sure. Maybe if we don't go looking for anyone, which again, I wasn't, but I was also just curious to see who was out there. But maybe if we don't go looking, something good will find its way to Maria. So I decided to go ahead and control Jazz for this situation, but she was just asking Maria, she's like, hey, so how have things been, you know, with your mom and everything? I know she's been kind of on your case and giving you a hard time since leaving Ethan. And she's like, oh my gosh, you have no idea. She just constantly is texting me about it. She even drove to my house this morning and was talking to me about it. And Jazz is like, no way. Ethan, I mean, he's cool, but you guys just weren't vibing anymore. And what sense would it make to stay in the relationship? She's like, I don't fault you at that. I actually applaud you for walking away because, you know, you guys could have just stayed like that. And Maria's like, I would have been so miserable if I had stayed like that. And so thank you. She's like, I can actually go to sleep at night and not feel guilty for going through with the relationship. And she's like, you got that right. She's like, maybe even find better company. But Maria, does she like jokes? I think that she does. She does for sure. But she's like, yeah, I mean, hopefully we can get you into something else. And you guys didn't see it earlier because I was just playing my game, but Maria actually had the thought bubble pop above her head that she wanted to go snowboarding. So I think that we're gonna have to go to Mount Como very, very soon. But I wish we had other places that really made it feel like you were stepping outside of the box and traveling and everything. So she's just bringing that up to her. She's like, hey, I was actually thinking we take a snowboarding trip soon. She's like, you wanna go snowboarding? Have you even ever been snowboarding? My brother snowboards. I mean, it can't be that hard. Like, he can probably give me some pointers. And she's like, Miguel's clumsy behind is a snowboarder. Like, she can't believe it. But we are definitely gonna have to plan a snowboarding trip soon. So she's like, I'll get with you on that. I'll send you all the details and stuff. She's like, girl, you know I'm ready. The cool thing about Jazz too is that Jazz has like her own, she makes candles, but she also crafts like jewelry and sells crystals and things like that. And so she kind of can just work whenever she wants, but she is like, I'm down. Just hit me up and let me know when. That way I can put all my stuff on my shop and have it set up to sell. Because girl, you know, she's like, my apartment is expensive. She's like, I know. But we are gonna just, I think that I have to take a selfie, right? I feel like I always take selfies with my Sims, but it's just so fun. So let's go ahead and grab a picture really quickly. We are still in our workout attire and everything is starting to go down, like bladder energy and all of that. So I do think this is like right at the end of our outing with our best friend. Hopefully it doesn't clip anywhere. Oh my gosh, that's great. Actually, look at how cute they are. If we could share this to social media and caption it, I feel like she would caption it with something like planning our next our next big adventure together or something silly, but this is super cute. So I'm going to grab this one as well. I feel like nothing makes Maria more happier than being home, cozied up on the couch with a good book and waiting for takeout. She was definitely craving a poke bowl, so we ordered that and that'll be on its way shortly. She came home, she just washed up again because, you know, the showers at the gym are great. There's just something about being home with like everything that you need right there. And so she took another shower, did her hair, kind of just brushed it back and combed it over, and now she's just sitting here cozy. Now she does have dog slippers, but I feel like she would have kitty slippers if I could have some. But she just really loves this, like being in her peace, being in her element. It's just so cozy and relaxing, and she really enjoys this time because before Ethan was always having her go out, and you know, impress the friends, and they always went to a bunch of parties. He was in a frat and she was in a sorority, so I feel like they were just always busy. And look, our delivery is here also, so let's go ahead and grab that. It looks, she can smell it probably from inside. She's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for bringing this. And she goes right back to this book. I mean, it probably is a really good book, but let's go ahead and give the delivery a tip so that way we can get back into this book and also getting to eating, because oh my gosh, we are so hungry. Oh no, I think that with her menstrual cycle coming on, she's starting to feel a little dizzy, but hopefully we can just take us some Tylenol or some Midol or something and just, oh my gosh, her in this book. She's like, I can't put it down. I hate that. I hate when you have such a good book that you can't even take a moment from it to enjoy anything else. You're like, I just need to live, breathe, sleep this book. But we're actually going to take a break on that, and we are going to get her to go ahead and eat her meal. We can come back to this book later, Maria, but right now you need to eat this. Oh, and by the way, she's reading Love and Time of Sandwiches, I think is what it's called. And it says Tiny Tino and Gina are in love, but Gina bends to pressure and marries another. Devastated, Tiny Tino finds solace in a love affair with sandwiches of all shapes, sizes, and flavors. Many years later, Gina becomes a widow. Can she love Tino again, especially now when he isn't so tiny? These books, man, they're crazy. Okay, guys, with that being said, I am going to go ahead and wrap up this current household video here. Oh my gosh, look at her finally getting some love and attention from Lulu. I love it. Yeah, guys, I hope that you enjoyed getting to know Maria. There will be another update of her very, very soon on the channel. Just stay tuned for those scheduled uploads. I love you guys. And again, I can't wait to be active and back on YouTube again after I've healed up and I'm ready to just be moving and everything. But thank you guys so much. I hope that you guys are doing well. Again, I love you guys, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. Bye, everyone.